Hey, peace world. Jump right in. Thanks for checking out another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. You saw the title, Bosch Legacy, which is out there. It was gonna be on IMDb TV, which has switched to Free V. I think just Free V or Free V TV. Shout out to my man Corey for bringing it from the DMV, for bringing it to my attention that Bosch Legacy was actually available to be watched or streamed for free. I thought I was gonna have to get another subscription to another platform and whatnot, but it was just through Amazon Video or Prime Video. Went down to the thumbnail, clicked on it, and was able to watch 10 episodes. I'm not gonna try to hold anybody up, man. For anybody that's a fan of Bosch and the series, I think it's solid. You know, I enjoyed it. It was great to see. It's great to see Bosch, Hieronymus Bosch, move on. I mean, I've kind of coined it as like quiet storytelling, quote unquote, quiet storytelling, or I don't know, straight, genuine, authentic storytelling. I don't know. It's nothing sensationalized about it or over the top. It's just kind of slow paced, noise free, investigative, storytelling. I guess that's the best that I can come up with, and that works for me. You know, all the over the top stuff and the high tech computer generated scenes and the all the scientific forensics and all the all that stuff. I don't really need all of that. You know, I really don't. Just sit here, work the case, follow the follow the evidence, and I kind of call it like this Manila folder detective work. You know, they look through all these different Manila folders, or what do they call it, the murder book or something or whatever. But he just looks through the evidence. It's not the sexiest. It's not the most exciting type of TV to watch, but some of that stuff just really doesn't work for me. Does it get a little preachy at times? You know, does Bosch get on his soapbox at times? Did they talk about did they build off of the what we've been going through the last several years with corrupt police departments and unarmed people of color, unarmed black people being killed by police and law enforcement? Did they touch on that? And did the story, a large part of it, was it spent talking about that with the I forget his first name, but Sharp was the shooter who shot the police officer, and then his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend that he was forcing to stay involved with him, she tries to help him out and she gets killed in the process of helping law enforcement arrest him, and both of them get shot in the car. Some people don't like to see Hollywood or their entertainment used in this manner. Again, if you watched We Own This City, the limited series or the mini series that's over on HBO from David Simon and Pelicanos and all those guys, based in Baltimore, about the gun trace task force that was in Baltimore City in the mid teens, the 2010s. And even if you go back to The Wire, law enforcement in this country in some places is some things to be highly concerned about. A lot of things have gone awry, and people are out, individuals are out here it's batches of bad apples in some instances. So the way that they set that up, I thought it was thoughtful. You know, there's a way to go about portraying or depicting, illustrating certain situations and doing it recklessly. And like I said, just doing it over the top and doing it recklessly to get some reaction out of the audience. And then there's a way to dig a little deeper and to do something that may be a little controversial. It may be a little disturbing. It may make some people uncomfortable, and it's a matter of inconvenience that my entertainment this shit has to be infused into my entertainment. But there's a thoughtful way to do it, and I thought they did that here with this case. If you look into that SIS unit and the way that the gun was planted, and then as the case start, or the lawsuit comes, wrongful death and whatnot, they showed it from a lot of different angles, you know, and you can make up your own determination whether you want to continue to watch it, or like, nah, this is too much for me, or this is too much like reality, or this is too much like the real world for me, or I don't like being preached to. You can step off, you know what I'm saying? But I thought the way that they showed that part of it was pretty interesting, frankly. And we see with Maddie getting pulled in because of Honey Chandler wanting to use Maddie's a rookie police officer, but with Honey Chandler wanting to use what the footage that her body cam caught at the shooting, at the scene, when they were trying to take the sharp dude into custody, who had shot a police officer, you know. But with Honey Chandler wanting or taking on this case, representing the family of the female, and then you wanting to use her body cam footage, you know, that brings her in here and jeopardizes her whole career, you know, 6 months into getting onto the street. And then the brother, the one that I don't remember, the detective, I don't think was his name Cosgrove? Was that Cosgrove, or was that somebody else? But, you know, he went and told the family, we want to use your daughter. I guarantee the safety of your daughter. And then they go set this whole thing in motion, and the daughter gets killed in an unfortunate situation. And he has to make a decision, a veteran police officer. He has to make a decision if I'm going to do the right thing or the just thing, and be honest and be truthful. And so this stuff puts law enforcement and everything that's on the line, and just the performance of that duty, you know, puts a lot of people, can put people in questionable situations, and things happen, you know, and they aren't always good or acceptable, and we got to deal with them. So I thought that part of that storyline in the season was dope. I guess for me, you know, like I said, here with Harry Bosch regularly telling others, and this is why he's a detective now, or a private investigator now. He wanted to go out and do good, and to cut through the bureaucracy, the red tape, and he wanted to help people and solve crimes and whatnot. And he gets on the one detective, Gustafsson or whatever, who wanted to pin this murder of the doctor, Busso. He wanted to pin the murder of him on this homeless person. And, you know, Bosch was in his ass about do your job and do it correctly. Same time in this season, we have Bosch threatening to waterboard an individual, a citizen, to get the information to go hunt down this hit woman, you know, this killer, contract killer, And then he actually goes and murks the contract killer to protect his client, that was a part of his investigation for the Vance guy who passed away. So I don't know. I just like how they show these types of things. None of us are perfect. A lot of us are hypocritical, and you gotta be the person that you need to be in the particular situation that you're involved in. But I guess, at the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do, and you hope that uh you were right in what you chose to do. And this company had put this company in trying to control the estate of this deceased billionaire. These two or three individuals wanted to eliminate there being any heir to that money. And they went out here and put this contract killer onto this 14-year-old boy who didn't even know his grandfather, who didn't even know, who his father was. He's out here just living his life. And now you have this contract killer trying to erase you and take you out. You didn't even know this was coming. So Bosch did what he had to do. So it looks like we'll get a season 2. Oh, the only thing, that was a little questionable, I didn't think they were going to handle it that way. I think they left it as kind of an open or loose ending. I thought the one thing was the way that the Russians went out. Once the Russians got Rogers and eliminated him, put him down for owing them money or taking their money and failing to deliver what he promised. Once they put him down, the Russians just disappeared. I didn't see that happening, and I thought that might come back on both Honey Chandler and Harry Bosch, because they had Bosch had went to their place and they caught him on camera. And so I thought they would have followed up on him to see why, just to close, not to leave any loose endings, and jeopardize anything, and not allow anything to come back and affect them in any kind of way. So I was kind of shocked to see, once they took out Rogers, that they just completely disappeared and never went and confirmed who this mystery person was, who snuck into who broke into their place, their compound or whatever, and was eavesdropping on their business. But I guess they felt like they didn't have to go in, and I guess they weren't that concerned about it. So that was the only negative, and I wouldn't even say it was really a negative, but that was the one thing that kind of caught me off guard, the way that they ended the way that the Russians kind of departed the season. Close it out. The last thing is, it looks like we are going to get a season 2, because they gave us this cliffhanger that I didn't see that coming either, with with Maddie, his daughter, and this what they call it, the screen cutter killer or something, with the Mexican wrestling lucha. I don't even know how to say that, but the Mexican mask character apparently has abducted her. And Bosch comes over from the opening or the gallery thing or whatever, from the newly wealthy client that he had from that investigation with Vance. But he goes to go look at his daughter in the final episode, to go visit her, after she just told him, anytime that I call you or text you, I need instant confirmation that you're okay, because this is a weird ass world. And he's like, he had called her a couple of times to see if she was going to come join him at the exhibit, and she wasn't answering. So Bosch leaves, of course, having that detective sense about him. He leaves to go see why his daughter isn't returning his calls, or isn't, available, picking up the phone, and she's been taken, apparently. So that's an interesting move. I mean, it's an awesome cliffhanger, a primary or a principal character like that coming up missing. The possibility of Maddie being raped, You know, those of us that have been watching Maddie now for 5 or 6 seasons, you know, that's concerning. Where will they go with that? Well, you know, obviously a lot of us are going to check out season 2 of Bosch Legacy. So I thought it was a pretty solid season 1. You know, we have Mo introduced, kind of his tech guy, his eye in the sky. You know, the guy that kind of helps him overcome his he couldn't even pair that speaker with his Bluetooth and whatnot. So he brings Mo in to kind of represent the you know, to be his eyes and ears and to help expedite his investigations. Because you know, nowadays it can't be all interviewing subjects and you know, the manila folder thing. Sometimes you got to go out here and play outside or get out, paint outside the lines a little bit. You got to go out here and use cell phone information, text message information, phone logs, things that, you know, online, so on and so forth. Lastly, just, you know, going back to the original show, it's very interesting that this earthquake happens and kind of displaces Bosch, and we don't see him up in his house anymore, which was kind of a part of the cast of Bosch, the series, was his home. And now after he's put out of his house because it's deemed structurally compromised or whatever, and now he's living in his office, his private investigator office, temporarily. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's some metaphor there or something that this is a new era for Bosch. I don't know. I'm not trying to read too much into it. Anyway, check it out. If there's anything that, you know, any input or your views and thoughts on it, I'd be interested in hearing, you know, what you felt about it. Cameo appearance from Jamie Hector, J. Edgar. We also saw Creighton Barrow. We didn't see LT. We saw the same Sergeant and some of the other characters in Bosch. No Lieutenant, Lance Riddick, none of him. You know, so it was a good reunion of sorts. And like I said, man, I thought I enjoyed it. It's one series that me and my wife watch together every season, and I thought we both enjoyed it. So that's all I really wanted to say. My name is Wood. Pay me no mind. Sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.